Welcome to my presentation on working memory deficits in children with ADHD. Working memory is a cognitive system that holds and manipulates information crucial for problem-solving, decision-making, and learning. It supports critical thinking, enabling analysis of situations, weighing options, and considering consequences in real time. It also facilitates multitasking, allowing management of multiple information streams without losing focus. A strong working memory enhances the integration of new information with existing knowledge, boosting comprehension and retention. This capability increases productivity, helping individuals navigate challenges and fulfill responsibilities efficiently. Conversely, deficiencies in working memory hinder cognitive functions. Those with weakened working memory often struggle with problem solving and strategic planning, finding it hard to track relevant information, leading to increased errors and reduced effectiveness. The studies I selected examine ADHD's relationship with working memory, highlighting the prevalence of deficits among children with ADHD. They stress understanding these impairments and their effects on ADHD symptom severity, advocating targeted interventions for support. Both studies involve participants aged 8 to 13 and use cognitive tests to assess working memory abilities. The study, conducted from 2015 to 2019, involved 172 children aged 8 to 13 from southern eastern United States, evaluated for ADHD with parental consent and varying ethnic backgrounds. Computerized working memory tests assessed hyperactivity, attention difficulties, impulsivity, and functional impairments. Of the participants, 81 were diagnosed with ADHD using the Kiddie Schedule for Affective Disorders and Schizophrenia, KSADS, confirming they met DSM-5's criteria with ongoing impairments. The control group included 91 children, neurotypical peers, and those with other psychiatric conditions screened to exclude ADHD cases. Children with major neurological, sensory, or motor issues, seizure disorders, psychosis, intellectual disabilities, or those on non-stimulant medications were excluded. Data analysis utilized structural equation modeling and with Amiga V2 software. This study emphasizes strong methodologies in cognitive research. Using bifactor modeling, researchers evaluate memory components in children with and without ADHD, uncovering ADHD's complexities on cognitive functions and enabling targeted interventions. The findings enhance theoretical discussions and significantly impact clinical practice, offering pathways for better educational strategies and therapeutic approaches. Research shows a significant link between ADHD and central executive working memory deficits, affecting 75 to 81% of pediatric cases. These deficits correlate with ADHD symptom severity, particularly inattention, hyperactivity, and impulsivity. About 38% of children with ADHD have minor visuospatial short-term memory issues, but these do not relate to their symptom severity. Additionally, there is no evidence of phonological short-term memory deficits in ADHD. While ADHD impacts central executive working memory, visuospatial and phonological short-term memory remains largely intact. The study's strengths include its hypotheses linking ADHD to working memory impairments, emphasizing that visuospatial memory deficits are more pronounced than phonological ones. It identifies significant correlations between working memory and the severity of inattention and hyperactivity symptoms crucial for understanding ADHD. However, methodological limitations such as sample size and the confounding variables diminish reliability. The study does not assess short or long-term memory retention and neglects the episodic buffer, omitting insights into cognitive functions in children with ADHD. Additionally, nearly 30% of participants were on stimulant medication, which may skew results. In Study 2, researchers recruited 45 children aged 8 to 13 with ADHD and 41 without, sourced from community resources like clinics and schools, receiving evaluations for intellectual abilities, academic performance, and behavioral symptoms. Children on stimulant medication were instructed to refrain for 24 hours prior to testing, including those with anxiety, depression, autism spectrum disorder, and oppositional defiant disorder. Significant impairments, seizures, psychosis, intellectual disabilities, or non-stimulant medications that couldn't be discontinued led to exclusion. The study received ethical approval with consent from parents and children. Cognitive testing occurred over 2 sessions totaling about 3 hours. To minimize testing order effects and fatigue, tests were counterbalanced with short breaks and longer breaks every 2 to 3 tasks. The second study with 45 children diagnosed with ADHD reveals key cognitive challenges. Findings indicate that 67 to 71% struggle with working memory, especially in manipulating information, highlighting widespread executive function deficits beyond attention issues. Notably, gender-specific cognitive patterns show that girls have greater difficulties in reordering tasks, necessitating tailored interventions. These insights are vital for adapting educational frameworks to accommodate the diverse needs of children with ADHD, thereby improving their academic and social outcomes. The study supports integrating cognitive training aimed at enhancing working memory and executive functions for comprehensive development support. Its significance lies in informing clinical practices and educational strategies to improve interventions for affected individuals. The study found that 36% of youth with ADHD had working memory impairments in one sub-process, 27% in 2, and another 27% in 3. This reveals the complex nature of cognitive processes in these children, affecting attention, memory, and problem-solving skills. Additionally, 67 to 71% of youth with ADHD showed impairments in at least one executive domain, indicating that working memory deficits are more common than previously recognized. The study highlights strengths including a robust comparison group of children with and without ADHD, demonstrating specific working memory deficits linked to the condition. Ethical considerations ensured participant welfare through necessary approvals. The methodology involved detailed testing sessions and counterbalancing techniques to reduce fatigue and improve reliability, while examining a broader range of impairments for insights into working memory challenges for children with ADHD. However, limitations exist. Classifying impairments solely by performance may not reflect real-world challenges for children with ADHD. Additionally, the effects of stimulant withdrawal on cognitive performance remain unexplored, potentially skewing the results. Finally, the sample's specific characteristics may limit our understanding of broader cognitive challenges in this population. The key differences between the studies center on sample size, focus, and methodological rigor. Study 1 had a larger sample size and examined working memory in relation to ADHD symptoms. In contrast, Study 2 targeted executive functions with a control group, enhancing its validity by excluding medicated patients. While Study 1 indicated significant impairments in working memory linked to ADHD severity, Study 2 illuminated the impact of cognitive processes on daily functioning, particularly considering gender and task type. Together, these findings underscore the complexities of cognitive challenges faced by children with ADHD. Research on ADHD and working memory offers insights for clinical practice and education. A study of children aged 8 to 13 found approximately 75% have working memory deficits linked to symptom severity, indicating a need for targeted interventions. Another study showed 67 to 71% of children with ADHD have difficulties with central executive functions, especially in tasks requiring information manipulation. Interventions should focus on enhancing memory and executive function development. Educators and practitioners must implement cognitive training programs to improve these skills. Understanding gender-specific cognitive patterns can help tailor strategies. Ultimately, findings highlight the need for collaborative cognitive assessments for personalized educational interventions. Thank you.